this is to end in fire, then we shall all burn together. Watch the flames climb high into the night, calling out, Father, oh, stand by and we will watch the flames burn over and on the mountainside. And if we should die in way, we should all die together. Raise a glass of wine for the last time, calling out, Father, oh, prepare as we will watch the flames burn over and on the mountainside. Desolation comes upon the sky. Now I see fire inside the mountain. I see fire burning the trees. And I see fire hollow souls. I see fire burning the breeze. I hope that you remember me. Desolation comes upon the sky. Now I see fire inside the mountain. I see fire burning the trees. I see fire hollow souls. I see fire burning the breeze. I hope that you remember me.
Hai, apa khabar semua? Anda bersama saya AminHayat dalam AminHayat Show Flying High After Crisis. Alhamdulillah, hari ini pun kita dah masuk bulan yang baru iaitu bulan Ogos, 2 hari bulan 8 bersama dengan hari Isnin. Untuk makluman kepada anda yang baru saja menyertai AminHayat Show Flying High After Crisis ni, apa kata share dan juga like, komen di ruangan yang disediakan. Saya ingin bercakap sedikit mengenai tentang ordinan darurat atau proklamasi darurat, walaupun dia telah dibatalkan pada 31 Julai lalu, namun ia tidak memberikan kesan dalam usaha untuk mencegah dan mengawal penyakit COVID-19. Kerana apa? Kerana di bawah Akta 342 pencegahan kawalan penyakit berjangkit 1988 yang diguna pakai telah dilanjutkan hari ini ke 31 Disember 2021. Okey, baiklah, untuk makluman kepada anda, Akta 342 ini ia adalah selain membolehkan kuasa kepada Menteri Kesihatan untuk membuat deklarasi kawasan jangkitan, kawasan wabak dan sebagai tanda asas kepada SOP Majlis Keselamatan Negara MKN yang digunakan pakai sehingga ke hari ini. Ia juga digunakan memberikan kuasa kepada Kerajaan Persekutuan untuk menentukan sektor ekonomi yang mana yang boleh beroperasi ketika ini. Dan untuk maklumat juga, Akta 342 ini adalah juga untuk menjaga kesejahteraan dan melindungi peniaga-peniaga dan usahawan-usahawan yang terkesan akibat COVID-19 ini. Contohnya lah, kalau saya mempunyai perniagaan, saya mempunyai kedai di shopping mall misalnya, ya, jadi pemilik kedai berkenaan tidak boleh memaksa saya untuk membayar sewa berkenaan dalam tempoh COVID-19 ini kerana ia di bawah Akta 342 ini. Okey, baiklah, kita bercakap tentang perundangan. Hari ini kita ada seorang tetamu yang cukup istimewa, iaitu seorang peguam yang mempunyai lebih daripada 23 tahun pengalaman. Kita nak tahulah apakah cabaran-cabaran dalam ketika pandemik ini, bagaimana cara beliau mengatasinya, dan beliau mengatakan saya terdapat tiga cabaran lawyer ataupun peguam-peguam ketika pandemik COVID-19 ini. Yang pertama iaitu antaranya adalah cabaran menyesuaikan diri di dunia digital. Dan yang kedua, bagaimana untuk mempelbagaikan diversifikasi dalam amalan di Firma Guaman. Dan yang ketiga, mengurangkan kos-kos operasi. Okey, baiklah, kepada anda yang baru bersama dengan AminHayat Show Flying High After Crisis ini, ia terbahagi kepada 3 bahagian. Yang pertama seperti mana yang saya kongsikan kepada anda tadi, berkenaan dengan cabaran-cabaran Firma Guaman pada ketika ini. Yang kedua, saya membawakan tetamu jemputan untuk mengetahui bagaimanakah beliau mendepani pandemik ini. Dan yang ketiga, kita ada sesi soal jawab yang lebih dalam, bagaimanakah beliau mengatasinya dan apakah strategi-strategi dan apakah langkah-langkah yang beliau lakukan untuk berdepan ke pandemik ini. Okey, baiklah, saya ingin berinteraksi kepada audience pada hari ini. Okey, apa khabar Agnes? Hi, how are you? Hi Remy, terima kasih. Jiwu, Steve Wee, terima kasih. Nasrullah, Aliza, apa khabar? Terima kasih. Okey, Remy. Okey, baiklah, untuk kita mengetahui tentang pandangan daripada tetamu jemputan kita seorang yang peguam ini, kita tunggu selepas ini. Baiklah, terima kasih kepada anda yang setia bersama dengan saya, AminHayat, dalam AminHayat Show Flying High After Crisis. Tetapi kepada anda jangan lupa, buatlah like, komen dan share perkongsian ini kepada rakan-rakan anda, kepada grup anda, dan juga like Facebook dan juga YouTube AminHayat Show dan juga High Flyer Asia. Okey, baiklah, tanpa membuangkan masa, baiklah, saya memperkenalkan figura hebat, iaitu seorang lawyer, seorang peguam yang telah bermula pada tahun 2002, yang mempunyai pengalaman lebih daripada 23 tahun dalam industri Firma Guaman. Saya perkenalkan Miss Angeline Ngoi, co-founder and partner Chu Ngoi & Co. Hi Angeline, apa khabar?
Hello, Amin. Thanks for having me this afternoon. Good afternoon to all of you who join us today.
Good afternoon, Angeline. Okay, thank you very much for coming here. Okay, Angeline. Okay, just now I share about the COVID-19 Act, the situation right now. So, as a law firm, how COVID-19 affect your business?
Well, everybody is affected during this pandemic. Everything is in crisis. Our country is in crisis. Parliament is in crisis.
Yes.
So basically, to certain extent, everybody is affected. Of course, as a law firm, we are also facing this challenge. My firm is actually specialized in conveyancing of properties and property law, and of course, we have our cases is representing buyer, seller, and the banks in the conveyancing of the properties. Basically, the core of our business comes from transactions. So with the pandemic, obviously, there will be less cases, and the dwindling of the transaction outside that will actually translate into affecting our business. Yeah, and also because we do a lot of property transactions involving timeline, completion date, and we have to deal with a lot of government agencies or developers. All these, they have some actually still working from home, especially developer. They are not considered essential business yet, and the government department, in fact, for the last 2 months, they have not really opened out the land officers, the stamp duty officers, and they have now just started to open it by appointment. And if you want to get an appointment, it's just like as hard as getting an AstraZeneca vaccine. You're going to press. Early in the morning, you can't get it at all. So it has given us a lot of challenges, not only in terms of like reducing the transactions or rather the cases, and also the challenges in completing the transaction itself.
Tadi saya ada kongsi dengan audience lah berkenaan dengan COVID-19 Act. For example, like if I'm a tenant in a shopping mall, for example, so the tenant the pemilik premise in a shopping mall cannot ask me to bayar in this kind of period, memaksa untuk membayar dalam tempoh ini. Adakah bagaimana?
Yes, in fact, I think a lot of people is keen to know about this COVID law. It was gazetted last year, 23rd of October. In fact, many other countries already has their own COVID-19 law in place to actually counter the effect of this pandemic. A lot of other countries like Singapore, like Australia, they have it immediately last year, maybe March or April. But our laws only came into effect in October. Gazetted in October, supposedly to be valid until 31st of December, thinking that, by then, the pandemic will be over. But actually, 2021 is just the beginning. So it was extended to 31st of March, the second time. Then now extended to 31st of December. And this COVID-19 Act, actually, of course, it's to avoid the floodgate of all these litigation cases that people going to the court, because there will be so many disputes coming in of the contracts. Of course, especially so that the majority of the cases, as you just mentioned, the tenancy. The tenancy, not all tenancy is actually under this COVID-19. It only refers to certain contracts, service agreement, event agreement, the liquidated ascertained damages, LAD claim to the developer, and the lease or tenancy matter for commercial. All right, which means that commercial owner for this tenancy, where if you unable to perform, to comply with the obligation, of course, buyer sewa lah, during this affected because of this pandemic, of course, of a lockdown and all this thing, then of course, at the moment, the landlord cannot take your actions to terminate the agreement or to even go to the court to sue you for damages or the recovery. So this is actually just a moratorium time for people, for parties to talk, to mediate. In fact, actually, government says, okay, you go for mediation, which means that that's how it comes to our lawyers' way in helping this mediation. You don't really need to go to the actual mediation board, but it's through lawyers dispute resolution, which means that we are, having this service that try to negotiate out, based on the contract, and based probably at this unprecedented time, we all has to base on compassion, empathy, to get the parties to agree to take the middle stand. Maybe I buy 50% of the rental, or kind of thing. Yeah. So everybody has to understand that we are not in the normal times. If you strictly just follow what the agreement says, you buy a rental because you are be able to operate. But then, yes, I can be able to operate in a shopping mall. Yes, I'm under the commercial category. But there's no footfall. Who wants to go to the shopping complex right now? Right or not?
True.
So it's all talking about we want to, we talk based on, you don't go offensive way. We have to really give the kind of empathy, understanding towards the situation, and let's because at the end of the day, when you be able to talk it through, right after the pandemic, they continue, they become the tenant, and all the while, most of the tenant, they have been very good tenant for the past probably a few years or whatever not. So now it is not because of this tenants problem. It is the force majeure event. Pandemic, true. And nobody actually can comprehend this extent of a pandemic right now.
I think, Angeline, because of the pandemic and lockdown, most of business surely affected. So is there any less legal needed right now?
In fact, I would say that it will be more, because a lot of subject matter becomes dispute. A lot of the time during good days, everybody don't care about legal, I sign business done deal, Then that's where, since last year, there's a lot of problems arises because of not proper documented legal documents that stated very clearly the parties' rights, the parties' expectation. That's where the dispute, arises. And in fact, the parties now actually realize the importance of legal document, legal matters, legal advice, to get the proper advice. Just like my firm is dealing with a lot of sales and purchase agreement transactions. Those days, during good days, agent will sign the booking form, they're kind of standard booking form. They come to us, we prepare the agreement. But now, there's not only one, two, but so many other agents that comes to me for help to get the negotiation done, because the parties don't trust each other. I'm sorry to say that, sometimes they say, I don't trust my money to be in the stakehold by the agent. I would rather everything, you come to my lawyer read through the purchase, the offer, the letter offer to purchase. Even so, it's to that extent. The trust, people don't trust each other. People want to be very careful, and obviously, property is a very big investment. Some can be the biggest asset they have, so they just want to make it right. Yes.
Okay. In a positive perspective, right? So, what kind of other opportunities that you can benefit from the lockdown and pandemic right now?
In fact, there's so many. I will personally say that pandemic give me, basically a transformation in my personal growth, where I have time to read a lot, to learn. And basically, it's for me to open up my horizon, not doing what I'm best in my what professional. Lawyers are professional. We are very focused in the area of law, but we are not, well versed with other business strategy, entrepreneurships, and other knowledge. So now I have more time. I will be able to actually, have that kind of personal growth, and also for my firm as well. Obviously, I have done a lot of changes that actually with these changes, I am sure we're going to survive for the next 10 years or so because my firm is already 23 years. No, myself is 23 years in practice. In fact, I graduated at the height of a depression time, Asian financial crisis in 1997. I survived it through 97, 98. I graduated then. That's why I started my practice, having the license to practice is 98. I set up my own firm in 2002. So my firm is about 19 years. So with the 19 years, the old method of doing our practice, in fact, a few years ago, my partner is 60 years now ahead, one cycle ahead of me, and we were saying that because for the past few years, property has been really in a doldrum for a while, and then we were saying that if we don't do anything drastic changes, we're going to be a sunset industry already. So this time it gave us we transform, we innovate to really embrace the whole new norms, like going digitalize our whole practice. So we are like lawyer on the go right now.
Talking about digitalization, okay, how actually can help and improve your law firm actually?
Oh, in fact, not only law firm, I'm sure a lot of other businesses out there, you have to fully embrace the digital. Of course, lawyer line, we are a very manual, very paper, hard copy.
Yes,
we have to keep hard copy as evidence and all this thing. So, as I said, we are focused in our profession. We know our best. We know our law best. But we actually, neglected this digitalization. Of course, also for the fact that my midlife 40 plus, we are not that well versed technologically compared with the younger one. So now we have more time. We sit down, we micromanage our firm, we digitalize the whole thing, the documents, the practice. In fact, we started to have all this online consultation and online virtual signing. But then again, some lawyer may not agree with me. They may not want to accept that, to go to have a signing through Zoom and all these things. You see, because of the fact that there is some risk of virtual signing, which means it is challengeable in the court. So we attest when you sign physically, you attest the signature, definitely, you know that the person is voluntarily enter into the contract. That's just a small risk. But some lawyer being legally trained, they say, oh no, this is not acceptable yet. I'm going to follow exactly what the law says, but then desperate times, desperate measures, you need to stick out your neck, not to say stick out, we cannot stick out our neck, but we have to go extra miles, which means that to me, these transactions of sales, I do a lot of foreigner purchasing or foreigner sales. My clients, international clientele, and with the pandemic, if you are talking about have the physical signing or even have to sign in the presence of an embassy and all this, it's going to take ages. Time is of the essence. If you don't conclude the deal right now, tomorrow or even, it's going to be different thing already. And in this pandemic, when people want to sell, they want the money. When people want to do the business, they want the transactions to be go through now. So which means that we have to do something that actually facilitate all these transactions that is helping to generate, to get the economy flowing. Yeah.
I think by the way, is we have to adapt what actually new norm right now. So I think that's more important. So I just want to ask about in this pandemic, right? Will junior lawyer affected? Any advice from you?
Of course, every firm seems to be a cutting measure right now to stay afloat. If you are in the employment, of course, or rather going out for employment, a lot of big firms also they are reducing their their staff, and basically new lawyers or those that actually having a self-proprietorship, they just started their own business. So obviously with the reduction in the cases, they don't have that much of the contacts, so they will face a problem of the business coming in, and basically, you know, is for them to really have to do something, learn new things, learn new skills, everything to try to overcome the situation. Yes.
I see. I think we have a response from Dr. Lai. Hi, Dr. Lai, how are you? Yes, fully agreed that the construction and development industry should be open with SOPs. Yeah, agree. Yes.
We are privileged that legal firms now started to, allowed to open since 29th of July. So until now, that's why we are considered a frontliners business. We try our very best to facilitate all the deals. That's why the government make us essential, you know, for the economy to keep on going, the transactions for the businesses to continue. Otherwise, everybody is going to be in crisis.
So okay, so let's talk about the relation with your existing clientele, or probably a new clientele. How you manage your relation with them in this kind of pandemic?
For the past 23 years of my practice, I always try to build a trusted relationship, which means that every single case that you comes in, you do your best, you give your best professional and efficient service, and you basically, integrity, sincerity, and transparency. You have to handle your matter well, and then for you to actually connect with them, not only just one deal. You basically wanted to build out so that they're coming back to you for the next deal. When they buy, they're going to sell later, right?
Yes.
So with my motto of building a trusted relationship, and most of the time, my client become my friend. And with the 23 years of experience, we are now serving second generations of clientele. And for the new clientele, you just have to what do you call it, when they ask for help, when they ask, let's say example, they do a sales and purchase agreement with me 5 years down the road, they need some document. Oh, I misplaced my sales and purchase agreement, can you help me? Obviously, because my firm, although you can just keep for 7 years, the limitation law that you do not need to keep the document after 7 years, that people cannot sue you for the cost, But I still keeping my years of practice of the files for the last 20 years. That's why, in my showroom. So every single 10 years, I have a client the other day. He was with me last, I think when I just started practice. He said, I know that it's a bit too long, but by any chance that you have the document, the next thing, he received the document from me. He was such grateful to have that, because some document is very important for them, for whatever reason. Sometimes, income tax calling. That is one of the reasons. Yeah. Because you see, when I always give the hard copy, nobody wants to. And they'll say, oh, I don't remember having it. But we always keep our acknowledgement. There you see, I've given you the acknowledgement, but now never mind. I'm still keeping it. I'm giving it to you now.
That's the tips how you do a relationship with your clientele.
Yes, of course.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Do you have any difficulties in chasing payment in this period of time?
Okay, I'm blessed that with my style of practicing, other lawyer, no money, no thought. But I always do my work first, and payment later. And because of the fact that I give first, I give my best first, At the end of the day, if they don't pay me, I just treat it as a charity. In fact, talking about charity is one of my favorite subject right now, because I'm doing a lot
Yes.
of charity. I have the time. Every time I wanted to do giving back to the society. Now it's time. So to me, my motivation is always get to solve their problem first, you know. But for sales and purchase agreement shouldn't be any problem, because at the time where we need to pay stamp duty, you know, we will have to, all the payment has to be paid. And the bank will have to confirm that the legal fees has to be paid before the disbursement of the loan. So that will be the time they actually have to pay before we proceed to stamp and then to confirm to release the money. So, but some of the client, you know, especially during pandemic, I asked them, I said, you know, if you having difficulties, you can pay my fee. You pay other thing, you pay my fees later. I will just confirm with the bank that you pay, you know. So these kind of things that what I going extra miles to help people, you know.
Yeah. So nice of you anyway.
Thank you so much. But I think
Before we wrap up, Angeline, probably you can share your word of wisdom to audience.
Again, I'm a sports person, you know. I'm a very self-motivated, very positive, and in fact, you know, we will just have to continue, keep on going, keep on working towards our goal. The end of the tunnel is coming soon, and so long as we never give up, we will reach there. And if the light is not coming, you create your own light, you visualize it, and when the light is coming, you already at the end of the tunnel, you'll be getting the first bite, and you'll be flying high after pandemic.
Crisis. Thank you very much. Okay, I have to imagine the light first inside my head. And then I have
follow the light.
Yes, follow the light and can fly high after the crisis. Thank you very much, Angeline.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you for your time.
Thank
okay,
you so
stay
much.
safe, yeah? All right.
Yes,
keep in touch.
Safe, everyone.
Take care.
Thank you.
Okay, itu dia antara perkongsian daripada Angeline Ngoi, iaitu co-founder and partner Chew Ngoi and okay, diharapkan perkongsian itu dapat memberikan inspirasi buat anda pada ketika ini. Okey, baiklah, untuk berkongsi siapakah tetamu istimewa saya pada Flying High After Crisis pada Isnin 9 Ogos 1:30 minggu depan. Tidak lain tidak bukan, beliau adalah seorang rakan baik saya juga, ya, yang saya anggap abang. Kita lahir pada bulan yang sama sebenarnya, beberapa hari je beza. Okey, ia adalah Joshua Lim, yang merupakan professional MC dan juga host, dan suara emas beliau yang saya betul-betul rasa macam wow. Okey, untuk kita ketahui dengan lebih lanjut apakah cabaran-cabaran dunia MC, sebab apa? Sebab MC sekarang, sebab event pun tak ada. Jadi apakah strategi beliau dalam mendepani pandemik ini? Sama-sama kita nantikan AminHayat Show Flying High After Crisis pada Isnin depan jam 1:30 hari. Terima kasih kepada anda yang setia bersama kami. Kita akan bersiaran pada hari Rabu ini. Ya, kita ada nak masak bersama Jokom. Apa tu? Sama-sama kita tunggukan. Okey, terima kasih. Assalamualaikum dan sampai jumpa. Bye.